Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. It's good to have you back here. Today, we are going to be tapping back into your energy, tapping into what your spirit guides have for you at this time. And I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for the subscribers that have subscribed. It means the world to me as a small channel. It's these supporters that really make a difference. So I just really appreciate you all for being here, for watching, and for sharing your energy with this space. So let's get into it. Spirit guides, what message do you have for the collective watching? What message is needed right now? It's time. So then clarify something. Okay, so I think you can see that. Yeah, I'm gonna move this one here. Okay. So the bottom of the deck energy is the Three of Swords in reverse. And when this card is in reverse, it means acceptance. It means that your heart has been able to pull these daggers out and heal properly. These wounds that once hurt and was bleeding out so much are now able to be completely healed, closed up, and you are no longer bleeding, which means that you have come to a level of acceptance that maybe you've never really have come to before. Maybe this is really new for you. And so I think Spirit's just trying to walk you through your journey thus far. And yeah, let's just get right into it. With the Sun in reverse, it's showing that there may have been a lack of joy in your life. There may have been a lack of just happiness, right? Happy times because of fighting, because of bickering, quarreling. Like my ears are getting itchy because it's as if I'm hearing way too many people just arguing with each other. It's way too loud and there's way too many ideas conflicting one another's, and this may have caused the unhappiness, okay? Or the unhappiness caused more fighting. Either way, there's lack of joy, a lot of fighting, okay? And with the Knight of Cups in reverse, this may have been due to the fact that a cup had not been presented to you the way that you wanted it to be. It wasn't given to you in the way that you had hoped. And it might have been a situation that you thought was meant to bring you happiness, bring you joy, bring you some peace, right? Bring you that inner, that emotional, that natural flow, okay? It seems as if like you were hoping that this opportunity, clarified by the Empress, so maybe it was someone you deem as your counterpart, right? You wanted them to give you a cup, but to make you come out, sorry, this is like kind of difficult to explain, but we're gonna get there, okay? Nine of Swords, you have actually come out of nightmares about not getting this cup from this person. You're coming out of that state of feeling like your life would be in absolute despair if this cup were to never come. You have no longer attached yourself to what other people can bring. And that's why the Knight of Cups is in reverse, because you're not attached to it anymore. You don't need it to come in. You don't need other people to come in with their cups, because you're starting to feel a lot better with your healed state. Your healed state feels fuller. It feels whole. Okay, that's why we heal, just to come back into our true selves, our wholeness, our uninhibited self, right? And so with the Nine of Swords in reverse, it's telling me that you are coming out of this phase. Spirit is saying that you're no longer feeling so lost without this person. And that's really, really important, because even if you were looking for the right counterpart to bring you your blessings, you have actually stepped into the position that your counterpart, that you wish your counterpart would have stepped into. And it may not sound nice because, you know, it's someone else isn't coming in and it's us kind of giving to ourselves, you know, with what we're fed. It's made to seem like when other people give us things that we should feel way happier than when we give to ourselves, right? But that feeling of wholeness only comes from when you can give back to yourself, right? So with the Empress coming out, it's telling me that you have not missed anything. In reality, you have been doing the work, and this inner fighting might have just been your mental state battling with these different conflicting thoughts that you may have gained from, you know, from different sources, from the internet, from your peers, from your family growing up, so many things. And the Empress, I'm saying she because it's being presented as a woman, but really understand that the Empress just is the embodiment of wholeness, is the embodiment of fulfillment, is the embodiment of abundance, okay, within self and without, like within and without, okay? She's good. She literally does not need a single person. And so, yes, that is the state that you are in. You have been forged. You have been made into this Empress. You may have thought that you needed someone like that, but in reality, you are that person for you, okay? And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing when you think about it, because we're no longer like grasping for other people. We're just kind of like, that's fine, you can go, like, I'm fine. It's okay. No one's forcing you to be here. If you don't want to be here, it's okay. And with that kind of attitude, it's much, much easier for other people to make decisions if they want to stay or not, right? And so that's also something really beautiful about you, collective. You do not hold people to what they want to do with their life. You can see the trajectories and you can see the potential futures for these people. But the beautiful thing about you is that you may see it, and the most you will ever do is nudge them, is give them guidance when they ask for it. But if they ever want to make a different decision, you are not going to be the one to be like, don't do that. You know, you're very open and you're just like, okay, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's okay. I don't believe in that, and that's okay too. We don't have to agree here. It's all right to disagree. The world's not going to end just because we can't agree on one thing, you know? So, Four of Pentacles, we're letting go of the need to hold on so tight. Yeah, exactly what we were just saying, right? We're no longer, like, do you see how she's grasping and like stepping on everything she has to make sure it doesn't fly away? She's letting it go now because she realizes, and I'm sorry if I'm using she all the time, I'll just say they're realizing that they don't need to hold on so tight. They don't need to hold on so tight because it's like a story, because you're feeling so fulfilled within yourself. You have tapped into the universe. You have tapped into that energy, that universal energy that is available to literally every being on this earth. Okay, some people kind of don't want to, and that's fair. And then there's others that see things in a much less creative way, and so tapping into the well of creativity just isn't important to them. But for you, collective, it is, because you're an artist. I don't care what you say. If you're saying that you're not, you are. You are definitely an artist. The work that you do is art, okay? And people, I'm hearing people are so inspired by you, Collective, you don't even know the effect you have on people. You are so inspirational. I think that's why people are always hoping you extend yourself to them, because they think that they might assume that they have nothing to offer to you, and so they cannot approach you. But in reality, you're so down to earth. You're so willing to share this love with other people, this creative spark, this kind of muse energy, right? Collective, you are a muse to a lot of people around you, whether you realize it or not. Not because you're out here flaunting your stuff or whatever. It's because when you step out just of your house, when you step out and into like social groups and social settings, you will notice how many people stare at you. And this isn't because you have something on your face. It's not because something's like exposed on you or anything. It's just your aura. It's your energy. You are very, very inspirational to others. Okay, because you're tapped into this universal source of creative energy. Okay, the universe is constantly feeding you that creativity. You're constantly pulling from that well because you have access to it. And you know, it'd be great if everyone knew they had access to it, but that comes with their own timing, their own life timing, right? But for you, collective, yeah, you're starting to come off as a muse. As you step away from this heartbreak energy and stepping more into your creative, fully abundant energy, you are literally catching the eyes of so many, many people. And some of these people are potential suitors. Some of these people are potential business partners, right? So, it's really, really important that we're not defensive, that we're not overprotective of ourselves, because some of these people are here to make your life better because they want to, because they see your value, right? And that's why we do this stuff, right? Because we were surrounded by people that didn't see our value. And that's why we worked on ourselves, so that we could see our own value and thus attract people that see our value as well, right? So there may be a stagnancy in moving forward with the Six of Swords in reverse. I'm seeing that it may be difficult to move on from this past chapter because maybe there were things that you were really attached to, okay? But as you let yourself kind of detach every day, you're going to be able to move forward. This is not a problem. This is not a problem, collective. If anything, you should really see the progress of your journey thus far and see how you have healed so beautifully and so, like, on the outside, effortlessly. People literally assume that you've just been like this. But in reality, you know that you had to change a lot. You had to grow so much. You had to have so many ego deaths, right? We are not, I think in this collective, you've gone through at least 3 ego deaths, and none of them have been easy. None of them have been kind, okay? And that's only to show you how far you've come, because you may have forgotten, okay? You may have forgotten how much work you've done on yourself, and you've attached yourself to others to make your worth seem louder, like as if maybe right now you're not really being celebrated for your gifts. Maybe you really, really worked on yourself and you're still surrounded by people who refuse to see it or just refuse to accept that you are an entirely like different person now, right? And not different as in bad. It's different as in like you've rid yourself of so much social conditioning that now you show up so authentically. It's very different when you do that, okay? So different doesn't mean that you change yourself for the worse. You change yourself for the better. And I think there's a lot to celebrate when it comes to this. If you don't have people to celebrate, please celebrate yourself in some way. Like, at least give yourself a pat on the back. You know, if you're alone right now, give yourself like a hug. It's okay. It's you. You know, you're allowed to hug yourself. You're allowed to pat yourself on the back. You're allowed to say kind things to yourself, right? So that may be something we're working on, where that hypervigilance from healing is starting to soften, and we're no longer nitpicking parts of ourselves, and we're no longer looking at things from the past and trying to figure out how you could have done differently, what you could have done different, you know, like how could you be different. None of that matters anymore, because you are entirely different now. And so this period of not moving forward is probably to shake off that hyper vigilance, that hyper observance of self, and hypercriticalness of self that kind of comes through shadow work. It comes through healing, because we do have to see these parts of ourselves, and at some point it might be hard to stop, right? I had to deal with this. I'm still dealing with it. I'm still shaking it off. But I've learned that, you know, I show so much kindness to people outside of me. I deserve some of that kindness for me, right? I have to be like that to myself, where I'm like, hey, choose nicer words to talk to yourself. Stop using mean words, because being mean doesn't help you out in any way. It's just a repeat. It's like a repeat of other people's words, right, that have hurt you. And even if it's not like other people's words, it's something that you have to kind of check yourself on as well, because I've had to do that for me. Like, I'm telling you guys, because I don't know, like I can be kind of really mean to myself. And my partner, bless him, but he's literally told me, like, to my face, like, hey, stop being mean to yourself. Hey, stop being overly critical of yourself. Be nicer to yourself. Like, he's constantly reminding me to be kinder to myself. And it shocked me in the beginning, because I didn't even see it. I didn't even know when I was being mean to myself. I thought I was just being observant, and I thought I was just being real to myself by not, like, you know, like glossing over things and seeing myself with selective glasses. But in reality, I was just selectively seeing the worst parts of me. I was literally only seeing the bad parts of me. And I didn't even realize it until my partner actively would tell me every time I was doing it. And I'm really grateful that he did, because I probably would be so still like kind of critical towards myself. And so I am kind of like, you know, pushing that forward to you guys, where it's like, hey, like, I see your soul, I see your journey, and the last thing you need is for you to be mean to yourself, because that's just not fair. It's just not fair to you. You deserve to be kind to yourself. You deserve that kindness for yourself as well. And so that may be the journey you're on right now. And it's a beautiful one, I promise, when you're able to start speaking to yourself like a friend, you know, like however you desire others to speak to you, speak to yourself that way first, see how it feels. and yeah, let's pull out some more cards. I feel like that's not the end of the reading yet, so. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So there may be a bit of impatience when it comes to moving forward. I think you really want to move forward, and it might be really frustrating for you to even hear that you're not moving forward, right? Because of all the work that you've done. It is kind of starting to annoy you, which is fair. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's telling me that your harvest may not be ready to be harvested yet. The rewards aren't ready to be harvested just yet. And it's important to remind ourselves that this is a journey, okay? The beautiful part of healing is the journey itself, okay? I know we hate to hear it. That's not what we want to hear, but Spirit doesn't always deliver what we want to hear. It's what we need to hear, right? That's why tarot can be so insightful and so helpful. With Temperance in reverse, it's telling me that maybe we're being a little bit impatient. And right now, Spirit is hoping that you can come back into that patient energy, work on balancing out what you already have in your life right now. Okay, if everything is good, work on your creative work. Use that creative energy and use it in this time. Learn how to wield it. Learn how to master it. Okay, this is a beautiful time for you. Sometimes when we are in a point of stagnancy, it is not a judgment call. It is not a sentence. It is not punishment. It is actually a time for you where you can dive deeper into what you love, what you want to do, all the little hobbies, all the little things that make you happy. This time is given to you right now so that you can tap back into that, because with the Six of Cups, I'm seeing that there may be a lack of that pure childlike energy, and you need that right now. You need that for your creative work. You're not feeling inspired by your work right now because you need to tap into your child energy. Okay, you need to be a bit more playful. You need to be more open. You need to create more deeper connections with others that you deem safe and worthy to connect with, right? Yeah, Two of Cups, we're focusing on balancing our own cups. Temperance, she holds 2 cups in her hands, and she is constantly doing a balance act on them. And that is what's being called for you as well, collective. It is time to integrate. It is time to reintegrate the multiple facets of yourself, okay? With the Two of Cups, it's light. It's that energy that you love sharing with others, and the energy that you very much dislike sharing with others because you feel like it's not worthy to come out. But it is worthy. It's part of you. It's a beautiful part of you. Even if it's things that are people are kind of hypercritical about, know that they don't know your journey. Know that they don't know what the heck you've had to deal with to get to the point where you are. And know that, like, if you can show that patience and compassion with yourself, you will align with people that are just as patient and are just as kind with all parts of you and are very accepting of all parts of you. Okay? So let's get a... Sorry, I'm kind of itchy. Okay. Let's get a message. Yeah, let's get a message from Guan Yin. Ow! Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that made my elbow go numb. Jeez. The Dance Unveiling and the Yin Empress. Okay, let me look in the book for that. The Yin Empress. The Yin Empress brings peace, prosperity, success to her beloved devotees. Your soul purpose includes healing and empowerment of the divine feminine, the Yin Empress herself. You gain power, assistance, and untold blessings in following your soul purpose. You are lifted and supported in your sacred work now. So yeah, Guan Yin is coming in to say that as you focus on your creative works, that sacred work, sacred energy is creative energy. You are gaining power, you are gaining assistance, and you will be blessed for your efforts in those regards. So focusing on your art could be very beneficial to you, not only mentally, not only emotionally, but even for your pockets. Okay, so that's the best thing you could possibly hear. Let's do the last one. There's a situation in your life that is about to reveal itself to you with greater clarity. Just like sands shifting, the picture will seem clearer and quite different to how it once appeared to you. This clarity will bring you great relief and confirmation of your intuition. Be patient and allow the revelation to come to you at the perfect time. Great. So that disruption that we had channeled in the beginning, maybe there were things that, you don't know the full picture. You don't understand every ounce or like every part of that fight. Okay. There was an energy of fighting in the beginning. Know that clarity is coming in, and Guan Yin is helping by delivering this clarity, by delivering this light for you so that you can see very, very clearly as to what was going on. Your intuition is going to be validated. So if you were feeling like you just weren't like seeing things correctly, Guan Yin is coming in to say, no, you did. You are seeing things correctly. There are people that are just withholding information, or information is just being withheld without any maliciousness. It's just not being, there is just no line of communication. But know that this communication is coming in, this clarity is going to come through. So if you were really wondering about something in your life, something that you wanted an answer for, something that you needed your intuition to be clarified for, it is coming in. All right. And Guan Yin is making sure that it does. She is like personally handling this business and then handing it over to you. Okay. So know that you do not need to worry. If you are worried about not being able to move forward, feeling stagnant, it is simply just for you to get into your creative energy. If you do crochet, crochet a scarf. If you're into, it doesn't even matter what you're into. It could be anything. Collecting, like rock collecting, that's fun. Painting, drawing, singing, dancing, expressing yourself through content creating, it could be anything. Know that this time is just for you to dive straight into that, and you will be blessed for it. Okay, Guan Yin is saying you will be blessed for it. Do not think this is a waste of time, because they're just trying to take the pressure off of it. They're giving you time to do this by not making you feel pressured to move forward too quickly. Okay, so know that if you're not moving forward, it is actually a blessing. This period is peace. This period is not just stagnancy. No, it is peace. It is calm for you to do your work that you've always wanted to do. Okay, the clouds have shifted, and so the lighting is getting really weird in here, but that is the end of your message. I hope that you received everything that you needed from this reading. If you have any more questions, feel free to contact me. Feel free, please put it in the comments, or just email me and we could talk it through. Okay, but I also do offer readings online. There's a link below. If you would like to donate to the channel, there's also a link for that below. And that's all I have for you guys. I hope that you have a good one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.